listeners. This is your co host and ethics officer, Brooke, speaking. We're about to get into our regularly scheduled episode, but before we do, I want to take a moment and speak directly to you. As humans, we are creatures of comfort. We look for small moments of peace when times are hard. Lately, though, it has felt less like stopping to smell the roses and more like trying to garden in the rubble. When you look at the state of the world in the United States right now, comfort will only get you so far. I want to be very clear about where myself, Nick, and Justin stand in the light of the past year and the actions taken by the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, commonly known as ICE. The Overcast podcast and anyone affiliated with this group does not condone ICE. We stand firmly and unapologetically in support of abolishing it. We believe there is a time and place for comfort, and there is a time and place for action. We love that you listen to our silly banter. We love that this podcast gives people a place to breathe in an increasingly dark world. Please take that breath. Never lose sight of what matters most: your loved ones, your family, and your community. Comfort should never come at the cost of conscience. I strongly urge you to do your own research, learn the history behind immigration enforcement in this country, find your local mutual aid groups, and organize. Show up for the people around you, because no system built on fear and disposability is going to protect us. To quote Hopper from Pixar's A Bug's Life, "You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up." We are seeing that right now. Alex Preddy, a beloved VA nurse, stood up to protect his community, only to be executed and then shot multiple times after his body had already gone lifeless. He is just one of 9 different stories in 2026 alone. In Minneapolis, tens of thousands of people have taken part of a general strike and marched in the streets. We are watching ordinary people choose courage over silence, and we are beginning to see the impact that community can make. This is what collective action looks like. This is what moral clarity looks like. This is only the beginning. Last year, in 2025, 32 deaths were reported in ICE custody. As of January 31st, while we are recording this episode, there have already been 9 more. Keith Porter, Geraldo Lunas Campos, Victor Manuel Diaz, Parody La, Luis Beltran Yanez Cruz, Herbert Sanchez Dominguez, Luis Gustavo Nunez Caceres, Renee Good, Alex Preddy. These are not statistics. These are people. Saying their names matters. Knowing who these people were matters. Knowing they were someone's mother, father, son, daughter, friend, or neighbor matters. We will now carry a moment of silence for those who have lost their lives to an authoritarian regime. After that, we will return to our regularly scheduled program, and after that, we hope you will organize with your community. The people united will never be defeated, and all power to the people.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Overcast. I am your host, Justin, aka Oversoul, and I am joined, like always, by my 2 co-hosts, Abbott and Costello. I'm sorry. Once again, I've read that wrong. It's wow. I almost read it wrong again. I was about to say...
Costello and Abbott.
No, I was about to say Brooke and Nixie. It's Nick and Brooksy. Oh my god.
What's up?
The first part was a bit, but the second part was an actual Freudian fuck up.
But some of whatever he's smoking.
Oh, man.
Yes. I'm just high on life. Speaking of which, High on Life is a game that's coming out next month. And speaking of games that are coming out next month, this episode is gonna be round 2 of what will now be the annual Overcast fantasy game draft thingamabobber.
Yes.
Yes, doohickey and whatnot. That is, last year we did we did our first round of it, and when we get to that later in the topic section, Brooksy's basically going to take over. He's got a whole thing planned, so we'll let that be the
Oh
case.
man, I am so excited, and I hope y'all did your homework. And I'm ready to officially get to announce who the winner was of 2025 as we go into 2026.
Homework is for nerds. I'm playing this by ear.
We are all nerds. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Straight vibes. I'm going off of vibes today.
But I suppose before we do all that, we probably should get them ye old life updates out of the way. And I am gonna deflect to the wheel of random fairness to decide who goes first on this one. I guess
Looks
it's
like
me.
It's you, buddy.
Seniority order.
All right, so be it then. Well, I went to see a movie earlier today, but I'll talk about that later in the media corner. I will say, since then, though, since our last recording, I haven't done a lot, but I have been rewatching South Park from the beginning. I think I mentioned that last time, but I started doing that. And let me remind you, this is a show that's 28 seasons in now and a few specials. I started rewatching it back in near the end of December, mid-end December. You want to take a wild stab which season I'm in now? Actually, which season I just finished before we started today?
20... 22.
You're both off, but I think Brooksy was closer. 17.
Okay.
Season 17. And I'm so happy.
Nice.
Sorry I doubted you, buddy.
Because season 17 is... Also, by the way, I watched the movie, too, the South Park movie, because that takes place after season 3. So that's where I watched that. Season 17 is the season with the Black Friday trilogy. So after I finished it, I started replaying the Stick of Truth, because that's a direct continuation of that. And I've decided I will not continue watching the show until I have finished my replay of this game. Just to keep the continuity flow. So taking a step.
I like it.
Especially because season 18 is when they start serializing the show. It's when they start carrying shit over from episode to episode before they go full continuity in season 19 and then on.
Yeah. When you fucking grind, you fucking grind.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly think wanting to replay those games was the main reason why I decided to restart the show from the beginning. Plus, it had been a while. There are a couple episodes I actually forgot. And there were a couple episodes I got to, and I was like, ugh, I don't know if I actually want to watch this one. But I was like, no. I've dedicated myself to it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get through it. It's fine. So yeah, I'm actually going to be doing starting this year. My plan is to transition, as I start transitioning away from Let's Plays and into more media literacy stuff over on YouTube, I'm going to be doing that kind of commentary on stuff. So there's this channel out there, LS Mark, who has taken on the Herculean task of watching and ranking every single episode of shows like South Park and Family Guy and Futurama. And I want to do something similar to that, but instead of doing a fucking 5-hour-long video where I rank all of them, I'd rather do a bunch of separate season-by-season videos where I not rank, but rate each episode in the season, and then rate the season as a whole.
Oh, I'd fucking watch those.
Yeah, and I'd like to do that with like shows like South Park and Family Guy and start with season 1 and work my way up because and I'd probably start with South Park with it being fresh in my memory, but more stuff like that as so to ease the transition between the two so we're not just transitioning cold turkey. Um because I still have a lot of let's play plans for this year before I start wrapping that stuff up too, including Resident Evil Requiem. Um
Hell yeah.
so
Comes
and
out this year.
besides that, work has been a fun challenge lately because, like, one of the other closers got themselves suspended because this person, well, already being
Oh no.
mostly really bad at their job in the first place, has a
Oh
tendency
no.
Oh.
to show up under the influence of some very strong substances. Um,
Mm.
so this guy, he is already, yeah, like I said, pretty bad to begin with, and then he shows up all messed up. Can't handle a rush and all that, and like he the other day decided to just walk out in the middle of a dinner rush. He was like, you know what, fuck this place. So it was like the third time he's pulled a stunt like that, and it's crazy how much you really have to
He's
pull off to get
fucking
fired.
pissed.
But but
He's pissed.
he's been
I wouldn't
suspended for a week. So
I wouldn't be surprised if they when he does come back that they let him go. It would not
Yeah.
surprise me.
I've had to do things like that personally when I used to manage restaurants.
it takes a
What
lot
a
because they
dick.
do not want to pay unemployment. They go out of their way to avoid having to do that. But so it takes a lot. You get away with murder in this place, but they are instead what they do is they start cutting your hours and doing things to try and push you out. They want you to quit before they fire you. That way they don't have
Makes
Yep.
sense.
yeah. So
I love capitalism.
If
yeah.
they you know what? I would laugh my ass off. You come back in the next update and you tell us that they put him down for to work 1 day a week.
Oof.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
kind of,
cold.
from what I understand, that's kind of already the plan. He was already down to like 3,
Oh.
so
Oh
Mm.
shit. Yeah, no. That's yeah. I fully believe that he would quit if they bumped him down to 1 day a week.
but anyways, yeah, besides all that, work was slow for a while because we had the January slows, but then it picked up again recently. Like last
Fair
night,
enough.
Friday night was busy. So,
They did just come out with that new box thing.
yes, yeah, that has sold and we've been selling a lot of them. Among other things. So, but either way, that's my life right now. I am excited to talk about the movie I saw later, but for now, Nick, what about you?
Bro. So Sarah and her brother took a trip up to Minnesota this past weekend, and we got to be part of hockey history. We went for the Door Classic in Hastings, Minnesota, and on record is the coldest door game professional hockey history was
Yee.
negative 8 degrees drop. Let
Woof!
me
Nope.
tell you let me tell you something. Think the feels like was like fucking negative 14. So
Yeah.
thankfully there was a fellow Wild fan nearby that heard me say, I can't feel my toes. So he's like, do you want toe warmers? I'm like, do you have
would
some?
Would you like a foot
Do you have?
massage?
He's like, do you have some? He's like, do you? Yes, please. Believe they had warming tents. I spent maybe 15 minutes outside watching this game and spent the rest of my time around like the fire pits and the fucking the warming tents. Like they had a big ass fucking TV screen set up inside, and I'm like,
Yeah.
It's fucking cold.
Nick said.
I
Nick said.
don't do this for anybody, but it's fucking cool to be part of hockey history. Um,
Listen,
Nick said, "Puck
I will.
this."
Yeah,
but fuck
and I
this.
will. I will say it just shows how different weather is in this country
Oh
because
my
I'm from
god,
Texas and I moved to
dude,
California. I
it's
didn't. I didn't know toe warmers were a thing until literally just now.
hands, hot hands. They have
Oh,
hand
I know what
warmers.
hot hands are.
Yeah, no, they have it's the Hot Hands brand. They have toe warmers and full foot warmers too.
Oh.
Mm.
Uh, it gets
Oh
fucking
God,
cold.
no.
And then did we did end up leaving uh before the game ended. Ended up at the end of regulation, which means the end of the third period, but went into overtime. And I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm not staying here any longer. Let's fucking go. Let's go to our hotel in downtown Minneapolis. So we go to bed at the hotel and we wake up, go downstairs and eat breakfast. Now we go downstairs around and eat breakfast, and trigger warning for anyone listening. We Sarah and I went downstairs to eat breakfast at the restaurant attached to the Hilton hotel that we stayed in, and we're less than a mile and a half away from the scene where Alex Preddy shot and killed by ICE agents.
Mm.
Man.
That is fucking with me so hard. Like, I don't know if you guys listened to the Bruce Springsteen song that I sent in the group chat, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have.
I had that on repeat yesterday, but the day before at work, uh, and it was. Then I listened to it a couple of times yesterday, and I cried. He name drops both Renee Good and Alex Preddy in that song. Moving on to more happier, lighter subject. We went to the Mall of America. No, the one in Minneapolis. I know
Hmm.
Sarah will never. So there's an inside joke here. There's only one Mall of America, and it's in Minneapolis. And I said that one day, and Sarah has never let me hear the end of it. So, um, so we went to the Mall of America, and first store. I think the first store we find. We went through the entire mall, including the aquarium in the basement. Uh, we went to the Lego Mega Store. Lego Mega Store, uh, the, just on top of the Lego store alone, it's 5.million Lego pieces.
That's cool.
The blue mecha Lego man alone is 2.5 million. It's insane. I ended up getting a Lego Game Boy set for like $60. Oh,
Nice.
dude. Yeah,
Nice.
they didn't have the wicked Lego set that I was looking for. And
Mm.
when I not if and when I can afford it, I am going to be ordering that directly from the Lego Insiders app. Um, they're out of stock near and at all the Lego stores near me.
Mm.
Um,
Fancy.
but yeah, no, we went through all the different levels. It had some really cool fucking shit, dude.
Man,
Um, but
there's really one thing I have always wanted to see at the Mall of America.
what's that?
Santa Claus.
So no, not Santa Claus. Even for me personally, even bigger.
What's that?
So you know how there's rides that are inside of the Mall of America?
Yes.
There is a woman I have been following for years on TikTok that is known as the Queen Spinner, and she gets on
Okay.
the ride that does the 360 spinning while you're riding on the roller coaster. But
Hmm.
she
Uh,
has found a way, and I'll send videos to y'all later. She has found a way to basically she is like spinning at like an unreasonable pace compared to everyone else, and I'm like, dude, she's got to be going through like G5 force, and like it's like this like I would say probably woman in her 40s just like absolutely
oh,
crushing it, and I'm like, I want to see that
jeez.
IRL. I want to see that so bad.
We did walk through the theme park. We didn't get on any rides because it was like
Hmm.
$60 just for a day ticket, and we weren't gonna be there
Ugh,
that long.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, dude,
If I can get her
it
autograph,
was
I'll
a
pay $60.
it was a no, you didn't we didn't even have to pay to walk through the theme park. You can just walk through and watch the rides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can do that for free.
Mm.
But yeah,
Ah,
no, we went through
yes.
it. And then
Look, but
and then
don't touch.
yeah, we we did go to another hockey game that weekend, and we went to the uh
I'm sorry.
Minnesota
I'm just
Wild game.
I can't help it. I'm laughing at the concept of window shopping theme park rides. uh,
Yeah, it's fucking funny. Um I got Willow a K-pop Demon Hunters Funko Pop for the of Rumi from Hot Topic there.
ooh, how fun.
Yeah. But no, we went to another hockey game. We went to the Minnesota Wild game. Um This is the current defending Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. Now, before the
Hmm.
game, we went to the 25th anniversary alumni pre pregame panel, and it was Skulagowski, Marc Andre Fleury, and Eric Stahl, uh, three former Minnesota Wild players. And I had a question for Marc Andre Fleury because he's the he's a known prankster, and I had my hand raised. They went to the guy right behind, sitting right behind Sarah, and my question is for Marc Andre, and I would like to know what was the most unhinged prank you have ever pulled in your NHL career? This motherfucker asked, what was your favorite prank that you pulled? And what was your favorite prank that was pulled on you? I'm like, God damn it. I put my hand down so fucking fast. I'm like, "You motherfucker, I had to steal my thunder." But that was fun. We met some of Sarah's brother's friends that live up in Minnesota. They're really cool. Then they'll probably come down at some point to go to some Iowa Wild hockey games because they're if I'm not mistaken, I believe they are season ticket holders for the Minnesota Wild. And let me tell you, the fucking arena that they built for the Minnesota
Hmm.
Wild, the Grand Casino Arena, massive. So for the Iowa Wild, we have the Casey Center. It there's a skywalk that attaches the event center. This
Hmm.
this has the event center attached to there's massive and easy to get lost in. There's three fucking floors, and it's there was a statue of Charlie Brown wearing a Minnesota Wild jersey on the upper concourse where our seats were,
Hmm.
and it was so fucking cool. And I wish I would have gotten video of it, but whenever the Minnesota Wild would score a goal, they had four. the arena altogether, one on each corner. The one that was right next to us to our left looked like a giant fucking lighthouse, and it had a red siren light. And when the Minnesota Wild would score, and the foghorn would go off, that one specifically, that stack specifically, would let off fog, and it was so fucking cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well,
Dude,
it
like,
sounds like you had some fun adventures
yeah,
in Minnesota. I
the
prefer a large soda myself, but
uh, yeah,
God.
but yeah, no, being that close to the ice activity was fucking scary. Um, no, on our way to the arena, we did see a couple of trucks, but and the morning we left town, I'm pretty sure we saw a couple agents on the side of the road. Fucking scary. I was glad to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
I have nothing but love for the state of Minnesota. Their governor would have been our vice president. So I have nothing but mad respect for what Tim Walz does for the state of Minnesota, and I was glad to get the fuck out of there.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, Brooksy, how about you?
Yeah. Oh man, I've been pretty busy these past couple weeks. First and foremost, I do want to thank both you and Justin and Nick for allowing me to do a bit of a cold open that I know you've all gotten to listen to.
Yes,
Um, I've been staying true to my word on that. I know I've talked a lot about the mutual aid group that I work with, and I've been getting more and more heavily involved with it since then. I actually was a part of a workshop today that was super helpful and very, very, very informative and educational. And it was a in tandem effort between three different mutual aid groups and two volunteer groups. And it was really cool to see. We were expecting 50 to 60 people to show up, and about 120 people showed up. So we got twice the amount of people because I think this
nice.
world, everyone is wanting to do something, which is great. I actually got to walk through joining the People's Corps San Diego chapter with a couple people today and gave them the information they needed. And I'm excited for them to come to their first meeting on the 14th. Um, so I've been doing a lot with that. I've been doing a lot of tech related things for them, which has been really fun and big learning curve for me. But it's been something I've always been interested in, so it's been a lot of fun for me. I'm actually signed up for pretty much every Sunday throughout all of February to either make sandwiches to hand out or cooking for the main meal of Feed the People. So I got a lot of fun things coming up with that. Um, Otherwise, I work has been crazy busy for me lately, which is always a good thing. I got to kick off the new year with a brand new placement for one of my clients. This guy he had a really big family event that happened that required him to take care of some family affairs for a handful of months. And when he came back to look for work, we all know what the job market looks like right now, and it's been really rough for him. And stars aligned, and man, we got to celebrate hardcore over the phone when I extended an offer to him. When I go back to Texas, he and I are getting together, having a drink.
Hell yeah.
Um, it's just a good feeling, man. Like that's why I do what I do for a living. I know even a worm could, work remotely, as we all kind of joked earlier this week off air. But it feels good to get to know that I
Yeah.
got to make a direct impact in someone's life that way.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if worming
Hmm,
from home was going to be on anyone's list.
no,
Nope.
no, no.
Not even
I already do that
close.
enough. I do that 45 plus hours a week. I'm good. Um,
I have a feeling, by the way, it's gonna be one of those. floppy control games like I Am Bread or
Oh
Octodad,
yeah,
like on purpose. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I
Yeah.
believe that hundred
Baby
percent.
steps, that kind of shit.
Yeah, but otherwise, um, I've been playing. The only game I've really been playing, just because we're kind of in that kind of deader season, is I've been replaying through The Witcher 3. I think I'm about 30 to 40 hours in. Um, I'm having a blast with it. Like it's just comfort soup, you know? I'm just over here just enjoying myself, taking it at my own pace. I'm not speed running, I'm not trying to explore everything. I'm just kind of doing what I feel like doing. And it's been a crap ton of fun. Um, Otherwise, Allie, our roommate, it was her birthday last weekend. We took her to a nice Italian restaurant. One of her coworkers and her fiance came along. It's this guy named Freddie, and I'm pretty sure we're about to become like real homies. Like he's a cool dude.
Nice.
He's in his like late 20s. He works as a mechanic, big video game fan. Like he like geeked out super hard about my room. He like saw the 12 pack of Fallout sodas that I have and got all excited. And I actually had some spare loose bottles, so I gave him a sarsaparilla and a grape and a Nuka Cola Quantum. Um, I had him hop on the PC for a bit and just threw on Cyberpunk 2077. What's up? What you got?
Sarsaparilla, what are you, an 85-year-old Italian man? What's it like?
Listen, that's one of the sodas that comes in the Fallout pack from Costco.
Do you have
And
a mini
Fair
fridge in
enough.
your office?
no, I don't have it. It's just like a collector's item for me now.
Okay.
Because I bought one to drink and then one to just keep like as a case. So he saw the case and he didn't realize I had an already open case in the kitchen area. So I just grabbed one
Mm.
of each bottle because I've been slowly drinking them. Um, but yeah, I had him like check out the PC. I booted up Cyberpunk 2077, and with the DLSS on, it was like cranking out like 220 frames per second on ultra, and he like freaked out and was so excited about it. I'm like, dude, you know what? You're super chill. I really I don't know how to make friends in my 30s. Like, you want to just like kick it or something? like, um, well, yeah, no, like that was a lot of fun. We went to Micro Center the day after that, and I'm sure viewers, listeners are probably noticing that I am coming in now at 4K, as opposed to sounding like I'm on a war torn battlefield, crappy headset, and everything else. Uh, I, I did treat myself, and I want to thank you, Nick, personally for
Oh,
recommending the MV7 Plus.
dude, I've been
I went,
eyeballing that microphone for a long time now.
dude. I mean, you can
It's
hear
just,
it. It's
yeah,
sick. It's
it's
super
crisp.
sick.
It's
It
fucking
is
crisp.
like, and I
Can't
will say
wait.
the guy that was helping me out at Micro Center. As soon as I asked him, like, "Hey, what do you think about the Shure MV7 Plus? Like compared to others?" He was like, "Oh, dude, for the price, this is like the holy grail, dude. This is like the mecca. This is
Yeah.
it." And no, I love it. Super easy to use. I sound really good on it. Like I'm super happy.
Would you
Speaking
say
of, sir,
the price is right?
The price was right. Thanks, Bob.
speaking, speaking,
Um,
speaking of, sir,
No, Bob's
th-
dead.
th-
It's
th- this
Drew now.
this would
mm,
involve your Shure MV7 Plus. Um, we need to set aside a time for us to continue our campaign in Baldur's Gate 3.
we do. That is the last thing that I don't think we got to talk about last time is
Oh,
Nick and I started playing a little Baldur's Gate 3 together.
hell yeah.
We got through the prequel aspect where we're on the beach and I forgot one, this game is just awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's super detailed and yeah, Nick and I were having fun with that. But yeah, we definitely need to pick that up sometime soon. Like we'll
Yes,
figure out
definitely.
a night that you and I are free together to do that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of good things. It's been a lot of hard work. Like it's been great organizing with my collective groups and mutual aids here in San Diego, and it's nothing but onward and upward, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, making friends in your 30s is scary.
It
Very.
is. It is. But Freddie's cool, man. I like him. He's sick.
yeah, I'm content with the crew I have for now. Um,
Yeah.
well, all right then. That sounds like it's it for the life updates. It's time then, my good sirs, to get into that fantasy draft for 2026.
Let's go. I'm
Let's
excited. Y'all ready?
let's fucking go.
Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to the fantasy draft, Nick and Justin. I am
Yes.
so glad that you guys both had a lot of fun with this last year, and I'm so excited to officially bring it back for 2026 and every year that we are together doing this podcast, and really appreciate it, guys. Um, for those listening, a quick refresher for the teams of 2025. We had Team Justin with Monster Hunter Wilds, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Doom the Dark Ages, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, MLB The Show 25, Atom Fall, Metal Gear Solid Delta, and Borderlands 4. Team Nick is Expedition 33, Assassin's Creed Shadows, WWE 2K25, Yakuza Like a Pirate, Elden Ring Night Rain, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Metroid Prime 4, and The Outer Worlds 2. Lastly, for myself, I had Mario Kart Worlds, Split Fiction, Ghost of Yote, Ninja Gaiden 4, Civilization 7, First Berserker Kazan, Oblivion Remastered, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. And holy shit, we had a banger of a year for 2025 just based off
Yeah,
of
we
like
did.
literally just based off of our list. Like we did a good job on what we selected. Yeah, like we crushed it. I really do hope that this is something we get to do every year and to
Hell, oh
commemorate.
hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
we will.
man. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Get to it.
Oh man, to commemorate this friendly feud, we do have a little surprise for those watching and listening at home. With a lot of fantasy leagues, especially like fantasy football and all of that, there's always a prize. It's like cash or some kind of hazing for the losers. For us, we we went bigger, we went dumber, and we did go with a trophy, but not just any trophy. Heavily inspired by our wrestling fanatic and co-host Nick, I am thrilled to announce that the winner of 2025 is going to be receiving the official Overcast Fantasy Draft Championship belt, like a wrestling belt. Uh, dude, I'm so excited about this thing. This belt is in the full color style of Oversoul Gaming. It is a 6 pound behemoth of leather and steel that is going to belong to one of us from now until we do the draft next year. From there, either the defending champ will either get to keep their belt or they have to humbly ship it off to the new champion to don on for the entire next year. With all of that said, it is time to announce the official winner and also explain the years for 28 or the rules for 2026, as some things have changed a little bit. All the scores have been updated since the initial release and reviewed after the new year. There were some surprising changes in numbers, watching games drop as much as 5 points from the embargo to even raising a point after being in the same spot for 6 months. It was on for me, like being a big old dork, it was so fun watching all of this. What I will say is we all did
Woof.
really, really well. It was a really narrow race. Literally, all three of us were within 7 points of one another. From third place to first place, it was
It
a
was a
seven point difference.
it was a close one. It was a
It
very, very
really,
close one.
it really was. Without further ado, I am going to start with third place and sitting at a score of 657. Our third place team is Team Justin.
Yeah.
I think it's safe. I really do have to say, I think it's safe to
Yeah.
say, like, we were all like really surprised by this. Uh, Justin, like I play a crap load of video games. Nick plays quite a bit of video games, but like you are the video game guru. It was the two that caught all of us off guard was Bloom and Rage and Atomfall. If either of
Yeah.
them were like an 82, you would have been the winner. Like that's how close and how narrow this was.
Yeah.
It's a risky game because you guys both picked some games that didn't do quite as well as we were hoping either, but
Yeah.
somehow you still squeezed it out. I think in Nick's case, Expedition 33 helped him a lot for a while.
Man,
Juggernaut.
he had that and Silk Song,
Juggernaut.
dude. That
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Silk Song, like, and here's the thing, like, to your own credit, you had things that surprised all of us, especially me,
I think
with Kingdom Come
Borderlands. I
Deliverance
think
2.
Borderlands 4. I think fucked me more than Lost Records, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you were thinking high 80s for that, and I also was thinking that too.
No, that game.
But
That game. People are apparently not thrilled with it. So
no, I've not heard fantastic things. But we do have to actually announce a winner. It is the moment we've all been waiting for since we started this a year ago.
wait.
The
Did you do second place yet?
No, I wanted to.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I got to go with
Okay.
first, and then I'll announce second place. Because if I just say second place, we all know who won.
Oh, I thought you were going third, second, first. My bad. Okay.
No, you're all good. You are all good. But we do have to talk about the winner, and it is the moment we've been waiting for. 2025 Overcast Podcast Fantasy Draft champion goes to ya boy Brooksy.
How does
And I
that title belt
swear,
feel on your shoulders, sir?
yeah, those viewers at home. Yeah, for those that we are actually recording this while watching each other on camera, and I've got this beautiful 6-pound behemoth. It's just weighing down my shoulder. It's so heavy, man. Like it's a burden, but it's a burden I'm just gonna have to bear, guys. I'm I wish you could help, Nick. I really do.
Coming for you. I'm coming for you.
I promise, and just to be clear, I do want to promise that this is rigged. This is not rigged. You can find scores online. I can send every bit of information over to anyone that wants to see it. But it does
He's
go
got
to the game host
receipts,
Brooksy.
motherfuckers.
I do.
Yes.
I do have receipts. I came in with a total score of 664 compared to Justin's 657. I beat out Nick, who had a score of 660. Like when I say I can't tell you how close this was, after the success from Outer Worlds 2, like I really thought like I was done. I was cooked. Like all you had left at that point was Metroid Prime 4, and it felt like an easy win. But man, that
And then
giant
Prime
open
4
desert of
actually-
nothing.
Metroid Prime 4 actually dropped. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally came out starting at an 82, which is what you needed to win, and then it dropped to
Yeah.
80, and at the same time Silk Song went from a 91 to a 90, and that fully solidified the score.
We all
but,
got
like,
hit
seriously.
with a game that should have done well that didn't.
Yeah, like it really honestly, and one thing to keep in mind, like there were games that did go up over time, like not to continuously try to find a way to squeeze in KCD2 somewhere, but KCD2 sorry.
Glazer.
Yeah, hey, listen, glaze what a glaze, man. But it was at an 88 for the longest time, and then in November, right before the Game Awards, it spiked up to an 89. Like things moved all year round. But
That's right. God
with celebrations out of the way, I do want to say one additional thing that I have shared with Justin, but I have not shared with you, Nick,
Oh.
is I am what you would refer to as a humble winner. And by a humble winner, I mean that everyone is going to be able to enjoy an official acceptance video that I am going to be making and that I am going to share with y'all before February comes to a close. And I do want to say, I highly recommend for either of y'all, if you can take this beautiful trophy from me, this beautiful belt, that next year, I really hope you guys will do the same thing. I've gone a little over the top with it, and I'm pretty hyped about it. I'm not going to lie.
Way to rub
And
it
when-
in.
when that acceptance video is ready, you will be able to find it on my YouTube channel, which, you know, uh, you know, with the way content is going to go in the future, it's really going to become our YouTube channel, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I just consider myself a part of Oversoul Gaming. I ain't gonna lie. Um,
Yeah,
but
this is a part of it, but it will eventually become Oversoul's pop culture emporium.
hell
Yes.
yeah, hell yeah. So without further ado, though, let's get into the official rules for 2026 because some things have changed. This game is heavily inspired by the incredible 11-person team over at the Kind of Funny podcast and is rooted in fantasy football and other sports drafts. It works very similarly. We are each going to be creating a team where every player is a video game slated to release in 2026. We'll take turns selecting games until our teams are filled up. There's going to be additional empty slots on each team, also known as the bench. These can be used for games not yet announced or confirmed for a 2026 release, or if you want to add another game that has already been announced. Once a game is selected, it cannot be dropped, with the exception of a game being delayed to 2027 or later. Each game has to be a brand new title, meaning remasters or ports to a new console are not going to be eligible. The exception of this is going to be a game that is a true from the ground up remake and is unanimously agreed upon by all parties. A perfect example of this would be something like Resident Evil 2 Remake. Even last year, Oblivion Remastered was approved by both Justin and Nick after we discussed it. Team size is going to grow this year. Last year we did 6 games and 2 on the bench. This year it is going to be 10 games total, 3 on the bench, and 7 that we're going to be picking out today. Scoring is going to be based exclusively on the overall top Metacritic score for each game. Each game can theoretically score up to 100 points, meaning a perfect team would be 1,000. But as we all know, there's never been a game that's got 100. But for example, KCD2 scored an 89 on Metacritic last year, so Justin earned 89 points. And yes, once again, I needed to plug in a little KCD2 glaze.
Laser.
Expedition 33 is now the highest rated game on Metacritic of all time.
That
Hey,
is true.
I'm glad I picked up that juggernaut. Fuck.
Man, you really did. I was so mad when you picked that last year because that game was the reason why I bought an Xbox because they didn't announce PlayStation until later. But I know scores can vary between platforms, and I am aware that Open Critic exists. But Metacritic is the standard reference used by most podcast media outlets, Steam, and even the VGAs. And so I want to be able to also keep this easy and simple for myself. Scores can change weeks or even months after a release, but we do need to have a cutoff date. The official cutoff date for finalized scores is going to be December 27th of 2026. Part of the reason why I want to do that is to get that squared away before the year comes to a close and enjoy the new year. Part of it is I do really hope that you guys take what I said for granted and make yourselves an acceptance speech, because if it's not me that wins this, I'm not going to tell the loser that I shipped it to the winner, so they have time to be able to make their own acceptance video if they so choose to.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
I'll be writing my acceptance speech. My days off, I
Now,
think here. Yeah.
I love it.
Wow,
I've already
I'm
written
coming for blood.
Listen, I've already written mine for 2027, so that's fine.
I love how competitive you're trying to get about something that is entirely in the hands of critics.
Yeah.
So,
as for the draft order this year, I am a person of fairness, and I won this last year. So I wanted to do it in a reverse order of the scores from last year. So that would be where Justin, who is in third place, is going to go first this round,
Bronze
followed by
boy.
Nick, And then lastly, with myself, I wanted to make sure we had a competitive edge so that way I didn't just completely just keep on. I want this trophy. I want my shoulder to be burdened with this belt for the rest of my life, but I want to make it fair. Um, and lastly, one thing I do want to be much better about, and I have committed myself to doing, is I want to be able to give the audience a quick quarterly update so that way we don't have this kind of fall into the background. Like we talked a lot about it between each other in our group chat, but didn't really talk a lot about it on the podcast. So around, March ish, after games start kind of really coming out, I'm going to give an update when we do our mid-year review and summer game fest discussions. I'm going to give another update right before the game awards. I'm going to give another one, and it's just going to be like rapid fire update on everyone's scores, the totals, rankings, any additions or changes to the team. um and I know
I
I went through. Oh, what were you going to say?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just I love the Game Awards. I look forward to it every year, but it's still
Mhm.
so recent. It's still so recent that I'm not ready to hear about the Game Awards again right now. You know what I mean? Like
I
just
know.
hearing the Game
No, you're
Awards, it's
right.
like yeah,
You're like, oh god, it just happened.
yeah.
Um, but
I'm not ready for those
any
talks yet.
no, I agree. I know I just went through quite a bit of information. I know I sent this to y'all minus the winners in advance. Any questions before we fully dive into our fantasy draft?
Nope, let's go.
You
Nope.
ready?
I'm ready.
I already know what my first one is, and just a prerequisite
All
here.
right.
I'm to save time, I'm probably just gonna say the name of most of these if they're things I've already talked about before on the show.
That's fair.
I'm gonna give more of a spotlight to things that haven't been talked about before, but my first pick, and I guess we should all be writing these down, honestly,
Yep.
in the
I got it
notes
right.
notes app on our phone or whatever.
Yep, I got it over on my end.
I am my first pick
Ooh. Drum roll, please.
is Resident Evil Requiem.
I knew it. Oh, I knew it. I knew I should not have put this as high on my list.
You wanted that one, did you? I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, man.
I do feel like I'm maybe taking a gamble here, though, because the third games in these runs often tend to be the least popular. And this is
Yeah.
9, and it's not related at all to 7 or Village, but it is still the third one in the current run. So I do think though that interest for it spiked tremendously when they showed that Leon was in it. So now I have more faith in it, like from a critic's perspective. Because I'm trying to think about this, not what the audience is going to think, but what the critics are going to think.
Yeah,
As
that's
there are
fair. No, super
a lot
fair.
of things that the critics and audience disagree on. So, and I do feel like I am taking a risk here though, because I can see some critics being very down on the action parts. Since we've
I
gotten
know,
so
but you
used
gotta
to
think.
horror now.
I mean, you also gotta think like there's a lot of love for RE4, man. There's immense amount of RE4
Yeah.
love, and it's a very action heavy game, so it could
The
be
the
the best of both
recency
worlds.
the recency of the RE4 remake is what gives me some hope for it. At the very least,
Yeah,
I think this is going to be at least a low to mid 80s game over on
yeah.
Metacritic.
No, it's a good call. All right, Nick,
Nick,
your first round
All
pick.
right. So my first round pick, you
like
guys
we don't
already
know.
know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know,
no,
God.
I'm going straight. I'm going straight for the throat. I'm going for the juggernaut, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Good, good, because you activated my
Coming.
trap card. I knew you were gonna do this.
Oh no. Tap
Oh
card.
yeah,
Like you
yeah,
have
because I
anything that's
have.
going to stand up to it. This is another,
I
in my
do.
opinion, though, this is another gamble because this is going to be a Kingdom. I bet you anything this ends up being a Kingdom Hearts 3 situation where the amount of time has increased the hype so much that the vast majority is going to be down on it. It's not going to live up to the hype that people have built up in their own minds. I'm telling you, the people have set their
that would
expectations way
be
too fucking high.
that would be just my luck.
I'm telling you right now.
And you
I
would
knew you were
deserve
going
it
to
for
pick
trying to
GTA
take the
6.
easy path.
Hmm. And I'll tell you right now that GTA was not my first pick, my second pick, or even my third pick.
It was your
It was
first
my
pick
fourth
last
pick.
year.
It
Yeah,
was, and it was my fourth pick this year. And
changed.
my I spent a lot of time doing some research, man, and just gut
Fair.
feelings on a lot of things. So my first round pick is going to Forza Horizon 6.
Okay.
Interesting
Forza,
choice.
Forza Horizon 5 by Playground Studio has a 92 on Metacritic and is one of the most well-revered racing games, actually trying to topple out Gran Turismo.
Oh
Playground
yeah,
is
no, that
back at it, and they're going to Tokyo this time with a lot of extra bells
nice.
and whistles. And I feel like this game is going to be in the 90s. I genuinely think that, and that's why it's my first round pick.
I mean,
Okay.
I really enjoyed Forza Horizon 5. It was in my top 10 that year, I'm not going to lie. It introduced me to the concept of a car PG, and I fell in love.
Hmm. So yeah,
I would, yeah,
uh,
Forza Horizon for sure, but I'm not gonna mess with the motorsport games because those are just Xbox's Gran Turismo. But Forza
hmm
Horizon, like the more like open world one, that I'm all in on.
hmm yeah, and this is supposed to be like a kind of open worldy Tokyo vibe to it, and I got real high expectations for this one, and I think it's gonna play in my favor. Man, we're starting off with some heaters. Justin, it is your turn for your round two pick.
Well, this might slow it down a little bit, but I'm definitely taking this one. I know I'm for sure taking a gamble, but I'm gonna still try to stick with it. Um, it's not the same developer because after the first couple of games, Deck 9 took over for them. But Life is Strange Reunion coming out in March was announced recently. The
Wow. Okay.
the reason that I'm taking this gamble is because Chloe is back in this game, and I know that won't mean anything for
Yeah.
you guys, but it'll mean something for a lot of people, and it's a big deal. And let me explain why. And for anyone listening, I'm gonna look. We are a long time past the statute of limitations on this one,
Hmm.
but spoilers for the original Life is Strange. Fast forward like I don't know, like a minute and a half if you don't want to hear this, but um the first Life is Strange game, you play as Max Caulfield in her senior year of high school, and she watches her friend Chloe get shot and killed in the high school bathroom from a drug deal that went wrong, which is when she learns that she has
Right.
the ability to rewind time as a power. So she uses her rewind time power to save Chloe, but it starts creating these paradoxes that starts creating a storm that is destroying the town that she's living in. The more she abuses her time rewind powers, the bigger the storm gets. It starts destroying Arcadia Bay. And the whole point of the game is you're trying to save your friend Chloe, or maybe more than friends, depending on how you play it. And at the end of the game, you actually have to make a choice of whether or not to save Chloe or save the town from the storm. You have to choose sacrifice the town that all your friends and family live in, or sacrifice your best friend slash lover. Um,
Okay.
and the previous Life is Strange game introduced double exposure, brought Max back and introduced the idea of alternate timelines. And the way that game ends makes it. And it makes it so that no matter what choice you made at the end of the first game, Chloe can return. Whether she was dead or not, there's a timeline where she's dead and there's a timeline where she's alive. And because of those two separate timelines, she can come back in the next game.
Okay.
It's like
All
it's like
right.
multiverse. It's like multiverse
I mean,
shit. You
I'll
know.
tell you, I did have this on my list, and I personally know very little about Life is Strange, but I know how much the community reacted to this announcement of Chloe's return, and I'm like, this feels like it could do something. I don't know much about it. The games have been kind of hit and miss on Metacritic,
Yeah, it all
but it
depends on
seems
how
like there's a
Deck
lot of
9
buzz.
it all depends on how Deck 9 handles it, because I enjoyed Double Exposure. It was in my top 10 that year, but a lot of people were disappointed in it, especially from a story writing perspective. Like, so far none of the games have
Okay,
lived up to the first one for some people, but
awesome.
All right.
Nick, what you got for your round two pick?
Okay, so I'm come out swinging. I have a feeling that this one is going to be a kind of a Expedition 33 situation. I feel like this one's going to be the juggernaut for this year at the Game Awards. I'm going to
Really?
go with my second round pick as Pragmata.
Okay, I
Hmm.
had that on my list, man. That's a good pull. I played the demo of it. I'll be
He's
honest,
calling it a
I was
sleeper
really
hit.
impressed. I really like it was on my list and it was pretty up there on my list too. I played the demo and I was surprised at how much I actually really enjoyed it. Like I thought I was not gonna like it at all, especially the sci-fi and all. No, it kind of hit.
Yeah, but to
Good
be
pick,
fair, it's
man.
not
Good
like
pick.
it's not spaceships and alien sci-fi. It's like robots and
Mm-hmm.
computer shit,
Yeah.
right? You know.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I know that's a little
I
more tolerable. As long as it's not in space, it's more tolerable for you.
I think I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with some low hanging fruit. I'm gonna go with a hitter, one that I know is gonna perform well. I am gonna take Marvel's Wolverine. I don't think there's much I need to say about Wolverine. It's coming from Insomniac. They made some bangers with Spider-Man 1 and 2, and we've all been waiting a long time for this game. And yeah, man,
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna hit. I'm taking Wolverine.
If you didn't, I was gonna. So,
Yeah, I figured as much too.
I don't know how I forgot about that one.
I don't know how you forgot that either. I really thought that was
yeah,
gonna be
no,
your
that's
number
on
two
you.
pick.
Right, exactly. But hey, all right. Wait, so it's me. Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Um,
you're next.
so sticking with more recently coming releases because we have February 27th and March something. Um, I'm gonna go with something that's coming out Friday, February 13th, right before Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, a co-op horror game called Reanimal from the original developers
Oh,
of Little Nightmares.
Oh, that was
son of
on
a
my list.
biscuit.
That
Yep,
was
me
on
Oh,
my
did I
too.
take?
list.
I took from both of you. Okay.
Uh,
So, Little Nightmares 3 was a disappointment for a lot of fans of the series, and to be fair, it's not the same developer as the first two games. It was Supermassive for the third one. So, after
Mm-hmm.
that, and after the positive reception to the demo for Reanimal, people are really looking forward to this. Now, how critics will feel about it is another story, but we'll see. You know. Also,
Yeah.
just to double back a
No.
little bit, Life is Strange is an extremely woke, progressive, gay as hell series, and that usually goes over well with critics.
Yeah.
So I think I'm
That's
playing
yeah.
fair.
pretty well there. You know.
Nice.
So
Play to the strengths. I love it.
Yes. Hell yeah.
All right, Nick. What is your
My
third round
round.
pick?
My round. I wanted to just snag this one up before any of you did. Uh, my third round pick is gonna be Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Yep.
ooh,
Yeah, that
good
was on my
choice.
list too. That was on
Yeah,
my
it would have
list
been.
too.
Yep.
Good game, man. I'm so excited for that one, and it's right
I
before my
can't.
birthday too.
You know what? After visiting the Lego store at the Mall of America, I unlocked
Mm-hmm.
something in myself, and that's dangerous. So if I can, I unlocked a problem,
Yeah,
and I'm really, I I'm really looking forward to this new Lego Batman game.
that's awesome, man. No,
Oh,
I'm
me
hyped
too.
about it. Like
I will be
Skywalker
getting
got
my
an eight.
ghosts.
Skywalker was an 82 on Metacritic. The Horizon game didn't perform well, but it looks like they put a lot of effort into this one, and I think it's going to be like a definitive Lego game. All right, so for my third round pick, I wanna
Oh,
secure it on my team.
I just want to say,
Oh,
real quick on that note. I really enjoy the Lego games. I don't think I've ever been like genuinely excited for one until now.
I agree.
Fair
I
enough.
fully agree with you
Yeah,
on that.
Same.
But for my
I
third
am
round pick,
genuinely excited for
this
Batman.
yeah,
Yeah.
this third round pick, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is either going to absolutely solidify my victory or be the reason why I don't get to keep this belt.
I
But
got
I
something
want it
like
on my
that too.
team. I want it on my team so badly. This is my personal most anticipated game for 2026.
Oh
I'm
fuck,
putting
that was what
Crimson
it was for me.
Desert.
Yeah, god damn it.
I'm putting Crimson Desert. I'm putting Crimson Desert. It is
Oh,
made by Deep Silver, who is the production group behind Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yeah, boy. And this game looks like nothing I've ever seen before. I This looks like the RPG of all RPGs. Um, man, I'm so excited about this. But it is either going to be like a generational game like Expedition 33, but for ARPGs, or it's going to flop miserably. It's one or the other. It's a huge risk, but man, I want Crimson Desert.
yeah, I feel like I'm you know what? Yeah, you can have it because I'm already taking enough gambles as it is so far, I think. Like
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
I wouldn't say I'm uncertain about my choices in terms of whether or not I think they will be good games. I'm uncertain what the critics will think.
Yeah, that's fair.
They have become quite unpredictable these days. So,
Man. All right, but that was mine, man. We are flying through these right now. Justin, it is your turn. It is turn for your fourth round pick.
God, I'm not sure if I should go with this or the you know what? Fuck it. Phantom Blade 0.
Son of a mother effer. Ugh. I'm fine.
Oh, that was
I'm fine. That was literally going to be my next one. Oh, it's okay. I got Crimson Desert. It's fine. Oh man,
I I
good for you.
mean,
Good for you.
people are I won't say skeptical, but I think people are being cautiously optimistic about this one because it could just be another generic Souls
I love generic Souls like. So how dare you?
like. I mean, fair enough. But what will the critics think? That's what matters in this game.
Yes.
You know what?
All
Super
right.
fair. Good choice though, Nick. What you got for your
Fa-
fourth round pick?
Fable.
God
God fucking
damn it!
damn
That
it.
was the one right after that.
Yeah.
Okay, you know
That was
what? That's fine. You
you
know
know what?
what? Fine.
I almost did Fable. It was between Fable and Phantom Blade 0.
Oh,
I
so I
I
was
knew I should
screwed
have
no matter
taken it.
what.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, good choice.
Well,
Great
no,
choice. I'm so
no matter
excited.
what, whichever one I picked, one of you was going to pick the other. So,
Yeah,
Told
no, you're right.
I would have never gotten both.
told you, Brooksy. I'm coming for blood.
You know what? Listen, you got it. You got it good. I actually had it a lot higher on my list, and I was like, I don't know if they have enough faith in it where I do, so I'm gonna hold off. But you know what? I got Forza Wolverine and Crimson Desert, so I'm not gonna beat myself up too much. But for my fourth round pick, again, I think this is probably gonna be my last risky choice, but I do want it on my team. I am gonna pick Blood of the Dawnwalkers as my fourth round pick.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah, I have an immense amount of love for CD Projekt Red, and this is a new studio that is all ex devs from CD Projekt Red. The main lead dev is the person that did the Blood and Wine DLC that has a 92 on Metacritic for The Witcher 3. I think it's a really cool and unique way of styling a game between day and night over 30 days. And I'm honestly pretty hyped about it. Like I'm pretty hyped about it. I think they may get to pull it off. So I'm gonna put Blood of the Dawnwalkers as my fourth round pick.
Right. Justin, what you got?
So, I am actually trying to make sure it actually comes out this year. I thought because this one seems
Mm.
like possibly a shoe in. I'm trying to give credit to things that I want to give credit to, but this one seems like a smart pick. Oh, it's coming out very soon. Neo 3.
Oh, god
Okay,
damn it.
that's fine. I guess
Oh,
that's fine.
That was on my list.
It's on my list too, and it was pretty high up there. Good choice, man. Good choice.
it
Neo
wasn't
3.
high up
Here's
there.
the
We're
thing.
on 5 out of 7.
I have over 30 games on my list. It was in the
Oh,
top
fair,
15.
fair, fair,
Um,
fair, fair.
I didn't know what you guys were coming prepared with, so like I just assumed half of my list is gonna get taken away, and I was correct so far. Uh,
You might say
no,
that.
man, I love Neo One and I love Neo Two. Neo One, both of them scored very well. They're like I think the lower one is I think 84 on Metacritic, um, and then the other one's like at 88 or 89. Like they've both performed really well. No, great fifth round pick on that, man. Yeah, you suck.
Okay.
I like to start
All
Guys,
right.
strong and kind of. Then I
I,
like to
I have
start strong, flake in the middle, and then end with a bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I like
I
it. All right, Nick, what you got?
have a feeling that my fifth round pick is gonna make you guys go, ah, god damn it.
Okay.
My
Mhm.
fifth round pick, Saros.
Saros was on my
Ooh,
list. I will say it was a bit on the lower side, but it was something that I've been keeping my eye on.
I honestly didn't think about it. I forgot that was this year, but that's a good pick. I think it's the spiritual successor to Returnal, so I think it'll do at least okay. I don't see it getting any less than a 75.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So that's your fifth round pick. I feel like I've had enough things stolen off of my list. I'm going to take something that I know is on y'all's list.
Oh,
I am going to take Control Resonant. I am going to put that as my fifth
that
pick.
was that was not on my list.
Really?
Oh,
Justin?
Yeah, well, mainly because I wasn't looking at the unconfirmed release dates section. But that's where it fits. It is supposed to come out this year. We just don't know when, and it has a very
Yep.
high
yeah.
chance of being delayed. If I'm being honest, so
Listen, we got a lot of games coming out this year. I'm okay with that because I feel pretty good about my other selections. But I am going to take Control Resonant as my fifth round pick, and brings us back around over to you, Justin.
so there is actually something on the unconfirmed release dates I could go with because it is technically a remake, but it's a very niche series. So I don't know if it's a safe bet. It's just me wanting to mention it, but
Okay.
um, I don't think I'm gonna go with that. I am gonna take. I do think I might be taking a bit of a gamble here, but I
Okay.
am gonna say High on Life 2.
Oh,
Um,
High on Life
goodness.
2. That is a
And
pretty big risk because I know High on Life 1, it did like a 78, 79 somewhere around there, right?
Yeah, but this one doesn't have Justin Roiland, so that's why I think it's a gamble because that is either gonna make it like it's either gonna do so much better or so much worse because of that. So,
Yeah, that's fair. That's super fair. I will
but
say the skateboard mechanic in it does look really cool.
yeah,
All right.
the
Well,
first one was a really fun like Doom slash Metroid like too, like gameplay
mhm,
wise. So,
it was fun.
oh, you played it?
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I'm on the Steam family plan and Olivia has it, so I've played probably like I don't know, like 10, 15 hours worth. It is fun. Um, cool. Well, we're gonna keep on trucking along, and Nick, what is your sixth round pick?
Dragon Quest VII Reimagined.
Listen, I'm gonna look real quick just to make sure. I don't think the embargo's lifted on that yet.
It has a release date.
It does have a release date. I'm just making sure they haven't already released reviews for this already. Nope, you are. As of today recording, the 31st of January, it has not had the embargo lifted, so you are all good to go to have Dragon Quest VII. That is a great choice,
Fuck yeah.
and that was like 3 or 4 down from where I'm currently sitting at.
Okay.
Heck yeah, man. Good choice. Good choice. Man, okay. Sixth round pick. I gotta work around a bunch of crap now. Um all right. I'm actually going with an indie title on this one. One that is really, really well loved. Has a score of 89 on Metacritic. I am going to take Slay the Spire 2 that is releasing this year.
Oh, okay.
Again, I said I did my homework.
I mean, fair enough. That is a good choice. I've heard things about Slay the Spire, so
Yeah, it's pretty well loved and well received. It's a fun little game. I've played a bit of it here and there. But it is like there's a huge cult following and critics really love the first one and there's it's from one singular indie team and that's the only game they've made and they're making a sequel to it and I think they're gonna do well. I'll at least get in the 80s for it. So
fair enough.
that
Time for
does bring
me
us now to the
to
final
number
round.
7. Yeah.
To number 7.
Um, yeah, we did good with that. Okay, so I think I am. Boy, I'm just the man of gambles this year, but it really is kind of where my heart is leading me. And in this case, I feel like I've made some pretty good choices. I think Resident Evil and these Souls likes
Mhm.
are a good gamble. I think Reanimal will do well. If I'm being honest, objectively, I think High on Life 2 is probably the only real risky one on my list. I'm gonna go with PI Mouse for Hire. I think there needs to be at least one weird indie on there. And this one is a mixture of like Bendy and the Ink Machine aesthetic, but in a Bioshock gameplay setting. And I think that's gonna resonate with a lot of people. It's like black and white rubber limb cartoons, but it's also like a first person arena shooter like Diablo.
Yep.
And it's like in like the mafia times. So like that hits a lot of like it's noir and it's old like it hits an aesthetic that people like. So
Yeah.
how
Man.
well it goes, we'll see. It could be
It,
a nothing game that flies under the radar, or it could be the next Bendy and the Ink
mhm.
Machine. It goes either way with these
Yeah.
indies. So
It was on my list and like I have notes for each game that I have on here. And for that one, I literally just wrote, I just have a really good feeling about this. Like there's something about the
me
game
too. I
that
definitely want to play it. I'm
yeah.
also a sucker for that rubber limbs aesthetic too. Like
Yeah. No, I
I
agree.
love that shit. Like
All right.
Cuphead, Bendy. Yep.
Yeah. No, great choice, man. Great choice.
Nick's final round.
Man. Nick, your final round, man.
After seeing the trailer during the Royal Rumble today, I am going to go with WWE 2K26.
You know
Okay.
what? I honestly thought this was gonna be higher on your list. Um,
I
and I
think
was
he
like,
was
man,
trying
is
to
he
avoid
really?
putting it on his list at all, and just I think it's like a Hail Mary because we stole his other games. Honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know how
Uh,
well 2K25 did last year. Seeing the juggernaut and the things that they're bringing into this game is the reason it's on my list.
man. I no. I think that was a really, really, really good choice on that, man. It did you a great service last year, and I'm sure it'll do you a great service this year as well. And that, my friends, leaves it just to me with the final choice. And I've got a lot to kind of pick through right now. And I'm just gonna speak freely now since y'all are done right now. Because I've
Let me
got
guess. High
things
guard.
like I don't know. First of all, that went out, and second of all, no. No, I've
Wait,
got
is it out
you know,
already? Okay.
yeah, it already came out. It came out on Monday, um,
Oh, okay.
and it hit a high of 95,000 players on Steam, and then the following day it was all the way down to 15, like 15,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fantasy Overwatch.
yeah, it really is, and I'm good. But yeah,
Yeah.
just to kind of like verbally walk through some of the ideas I have, I've got things on here like I'm really surprised that you didn't choose Ontos as one of your games on your list, Justin. Like you're a massive fan of
Oh,
Soma, and
from frictional games. I honestly it it must have like slipped my mind when I was looking through the list. Like it didn't
that's
register with
fair.
me that that's what it was when I see it in name form. I keep
Mm,
forgetting what the name of that game is, honestly.
But I've got that. I've also been really interested in that new Orbitals game that's going to be on the Switch too. The co-op kind of anime 80s style game that got announced during the Game Awards. That looks really cool to me. Fire Emblem games usually do really well. We got Fire Emblem Fortune Weave that's coming out. Yeah, man, mm, we also got Halo campaign evolved. So, like the lowest score a Halo game has ever gotten is 82. It's a full remake, but it's only the campaign. What do I? You know, I guess this is going to be kind of these last two. It's year of the indie for me. I am gonna go with Super Meat Boy 3D.
Nice.
I loved
Okay.
Super Meat Boy. I love Super Meat Boy. I think that they're taking a 3D approach on it. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be awesome. Super
Sure,
Meat
it
Boy's
has like
got
a.
a.
I'm sure it has like a cult following.
It has a huge cult following. It's got a 90 on Metacritic.
Nice.
And so yeah, I think I'm gonna take Super Meat Boy 3D as my final choice on my roster. And guys, that is gonna for the draft portion. That is gonna conclude it. And just as a quick recap for our listeners, we have Team Justin with Resident Evil Requiem, Life is Strange Reunion, Reanimal, Phantom Blade Zero, Neo 3, High on Life 2, Mouse PI for Hire. Team Nick, we've got GTA 6, Pragmata, Lego Batman, Fable, Saros, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, WWE 2K26. And Team Brooksy, we've got Forza Horizon 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Crimson Desert, Blood of the Dawnwalkers, Control Resonant, Slay the Spire 2, and Super Meat Boy 3D. Man, we've got some we got
Stacked.
some
Fucking
heater.
stacked.
We got some fat teams right now.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I do want to kind of open the floor for right now is I know that we have our three bench spots each, which you can officially use now. Are there any games that either of y'all want to add to your team and secure in one of your bench spots?
Hmm.
I'll let Justin go first if he has any.
Well, I was thinking about it. You know what? Yes, I'm gonna put one game on my bench right now, and I'm gonna save the other two spots for later. I'm
Okay.
actually gonna. I was thinking of a few things. I was looking at Danganronpa 2x2, Denshin Attack, on Toast, as you mentioned earlier. I think I'm
Hmm.
actually gonna bench Beast of Reincarnation, Game Freak Souls like.
Oh, I was gonna take one bench today, and that's what it was gonna be because it looks like Dark
Oh,
Souls meets Expedition 33 because it's slightly turn based and it looks really cool.
it is from the Pokemon developers.
Oh, it is. It is made by Game Freak, which is really wild. Beast of Reincarnation.
I have a bench spot that I want to take. This is probably actually, you know what? I'm gonna go for another Juggernaut, and I
Okay.
know will probably do well.
Okay.
Pokemon Pokepia.
Oh, the one
Pokemon
where you're a Ditto that
Pokepia.
turns into a person?
Yes,
Okay.
I have a feeling
Y-
that is gonna do really fucking well.
It's like Pokemon
You
meets
know
Stardew
what?
Valley, and you're a Ditto.
That's man. You know what? That's super fair. I got a lot of games on my list right now. But I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold strong. I'm gonna keep my 7 for right now. I want to see a little bit more details of
I'll
some of the
revisit
games.
my I'll revisit my bench after Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, I got there's some games getting announced soon, and um, one thing I did not announce to listeners is a new effect that we'll have this year is that if there is a game that does come out with a large expansion slash DLC, that we can call that dibs as a game slot for 2026. The reason why I'm looking at that as just an additional option slash resource is that if the Game Awards can have Shadow of Erdtree from Elden Ring be a Game of the Year contender, we can have that as a on our list as a game. You look at something like Blood and Wine. Um, it's almost like it's an own entire game in the Witcher franchise. So we
Didn't
will
I
be having
have
that.
the didn't I have the fucking Elden Ring expansion on my team last year?
No, you had Elden Ring Night Rain, which was the multiplayer game, completely
Gotcha.
separate
Okay.
from Elden Ring and all of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Um,
the Diablo expansion coming out this year for Diablo 4 would have been
yes,
eligible.
yes,
Okay.
that can be eligible depending on the size of it. The Sea of Sorrows DLC for Hollow Knight Silksong. There's rumors of a new DLC for The Witcher 3. Like we've got some cool things that are kind of cooking right now.
Hell yeah.
The last
I,
thing
f- I
for
forgot about
this
the Persona 4 remake, but that doesn't have a guaranteed window.
yeah, and that's why we have the bench is we don't know everything that's coming out this year quite yet. The last thing for this fantasy draft is myself and Nick and Justin talked about it, and we're gonna have a little extra, call it extra credit homework related to this fantasy draft. Is that like most gamers, we all have a backlog of games that are just sitting there
Yes.
collecting dust. We spent money on it, we never played it, and we should. So each of us are going to right now announce a game that is on our backlog that
Oh
if
God.
we
I did
are
not come
able,
prepared for this.
oh no,
Well, you
Hold
know
on.
what's on
Hold
your
on.
backlog, so you can pick something.
Yes. Let
yes,
me let me let me pull up my
you go
PlayStation app.
you can go last. How about that?
That works. That
But what
works.
we're gonna do
It's
is
it should be
essentially,
it should be avowed for Nick.
yep. Now, this last year, it was a 7 point difference. So I want to make it where there's some skin in the game. So if you complete whatever title you announce right now, you are going to receive an additional 10 points to your overall score. So you could be in
Oh.
third
Okay.
place and have that, and the other two people didn't do it. And you could end up winning, and which is why I want
So
to do 10 points.
let me clarify. Ask. I need to ask a question
Yeah, yeah.
here. Does it have to be a game that came out last year?
No, it does
No,
not.
no,
It can
no.
be any game. It can be any game that's come out. My only request is that there are a lot of games that are pretty short, like a couple hours long. It feels a bit like a cop out. So I am going to request essentially a game that is at least 15 hours long
Okay.
So a
and
normal game, like an
so normal
Uncharted
game
or something.
basically. And if your game is not, then play a short game or something like that to have at least 15 hours of gameplay. We have essentially 11 months. That is like 1.2 hours a month of gameplay uh, to be able to knock out.
That
I know what I'm gonna pick. Oh, what were we gonna say?
that gives me an excuse to pick up Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo again.
Yeah.
That definitely
So
fits the bill.
yeah. So for me personally, I am actually going to be picking some DLC for mine. It's something I've been really wanting to do, and I am committing right now here today. I'm going to be completing both DLCs for The Witcher 3, Arthur Stone and
Oh,
Blood and Wine. They're both kind of one's on the shorter side, like 10 to 15 hours. The other one is quite lengthy. It's like 30 to 40 hours. I'm currently
Oh
playing through
shit!
the
How
main
did
base
nobody
game right
say
now.
Witcher 4 for this year, or is that not this year?
It hasn't been officially confirmed for 2026 yet. That would
Ah,
have been my first round pick if that was the case. I promise you that.
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna do both DLCs. I'm clocking it in right now. It is recorded and etched into the stones of time. Um, Justin, what is gonna be your backlog of 2026?
I feel like I'm making things really hard on myself because this is going to last way over 15 hours, but it's about time I finally get around to it. Cyberpunk 2077.
Nice.
Dude, excellent choice. Listen, you can knock out that game in like 40 hours. Like you and I signed up for pretty much the same load of homework, and man, you picked a good one. Such a great game.
So if we do math, does that mean that I get like 25 points technically?
No, it is just for completing. I'm doing two DLCs. Does that count as 20 points? Get out of here, fool. Uh,
two DLCs that are both like 15 hours long at least.
no, dude, Blood and Wine's like a 30 to 40 hour long DLC. Like it's like a whole ass game, kind of like Shadow of Erdtree. Um,
Holy
I need to get back
horse
into. I
titties.
need to get back into The Witcher
yeah,
3.
dude, it's so good. Nick, I know you had mentioned Alfred Hitchcock, but we didn't confirm what is going to be your backlog of 2026.
Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo.
Excellent, excellent. Y'all
That
heard it
is a
here,
weird. That's a weird way to pronounce Expedition 33.
right? One can dream. One can
Right.
dream. But we have our teams.
Oh,
We have our teams
Let me
locked,
be
guys. Hmm.
completely transparent here. I honestly don't remember the last time the Xbox was even turned on.
Man,
fair enough. Fair enough.
I picked up
But you
my
should.
Nintendo Switch, or I like that. I picked up my Nintendo Switch simply just because I got a new game for Christmas.
fair.
Fair. I'm just gonna say though, you're living with someone who pays for Game Pass. You might as well take advantage of it
It's true.
That
That is
for the
true.
conversation.
All right, but y'all heard it here, folks. We have our teams fully confirmed. We have our backlog of 2026 confirmed. I look forward to giving y'all updates throughout the year, and may I win. I mean, may the best player win.
All right, everybody, here we are at the Media Corner, the part of the show reserved at the end for news, reviews, recommendations, sometimes previews. And I'm not using the wheel for this today. We're actually going to start with Nick because he's got a bit of somber celebrity news to share with us.
so as of yesterday, the news broke that the one of the stars of the Home Alone franchise, the Beetlejuice franchise, uh, we we lost a good one in Catherine O'Hara, who was only 71 years old. She had so much more she could have done, and I was at work when I found this information out. And
An
oh my
acting
god,
legend.
Yeah,
yes,
you
like
were the first person to break that news to me, and I broke it to the rest of our house.
yeah,
Kevin McAllister's mom, um, Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
believe so. Yeah, yeah. This was yesterday. I sent a screenshot of. Here it is. This is what Macaulay Culkin had to say in response to the death of Catherine O'Hara. Don't need to. Macaulay Culkin needs no introduction. Everyone should know who he is. He is Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
His response to Catherine's death was, Mama, thought we had time. Wanted more. Wanted to sit in a chair next to you. I heard you, but I had so much more to say. I love you. I'll see you later. When I read that, tears. It's fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
sad, dude. I'd like to hold a moment of silence for Catherine O'Hara here at the Overcast.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara. Legacy will live on. You may be gone, but you will never be forgotten.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She was such a prolific
She
actor.
really fucking
Uh,
was.
really good at playing the really good at playing the worried mom type for
Yeah.
sure.
I sincerely think that if they ever do like a legacy sequel for Home Alone, they would most definitely have to at least mention Catherine O'Hara, and it's just it's a given.
Yeah.
But I think with the remaining surviving cast, I think that everyone has to be on board with it if they were to do something like that. There goes
Yeah,
no there's absolute if there
yeah,
was a shred of hope for a uh threequel for Beetlejuice, that went right out the window. Catherine O'Hara died.
yeah. Well, I mean, no, wasn't she just the mom in the original one? I'm sure she was in
She
the
was in
second one
Beetlejuice.
too, but
Beetlejuice.
like,
She
she's not one of
she
them.
played a very little role,
Prominent character
very
in Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
very prominent character.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough, because I'm gonna say she's the mom. Like I was gonna say, as long as they can get Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder, they have a
Yeah.
series. You know, like,
No.
um, I just want my Home Alone Wedding Crashers crossover where they're older and one of the kids is getting married, and then but like Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson show up to crash the wedding, and they have to get through Kevin's traps
Hmm.
to get in order to get laid. That's how
That's
desperate they
fantastic.
are.
Oh my
Man.
god.
Well, before we.
I should not be saying this shit out loud. I'm gonna give Hollywood terrible ideas. The AI machines are listening. You know, like
Now, I'll say
will it into existence.
before we head into next parts of Media Corner, we can always end it on a little bit of a lighthearted joke if y'all are open to it.
Go for it. That's how I cope.
Of course.
I love it. I will say my favorite joke that I have seen time and time and time again on TikTok since yesterday has been, man, they really took away the wrong character out of Home Alone 2.
Oh, shots
Yep.
fired. Yes. That's the
Oh,
energy
just
I
like that
love.
little ambiguity.
That is the
Yep,
energy
they took the
I
wrong
love.
character.
Yeah.
The energy I love. Yes.
We all know we all know it should have been Rob Schneider.
Get out of
Him
here. I mean,
too.
he
Too.
I got beef
Rob
with Rob
Schneider.
Schneider too. He is a bad noodle.
I was trying to be funny, but you know.
No, he was second in
Even
turn.
even Chris Columbus wishes he could delete
Yeah.
the scene with Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna say Tim Curry. We like
Yeah,
him.
we live for Tim Curry.
Well, Brooksy, I guess that means you're next in line.
Yeah, and
Going off the traditional order.
what's fun about today's media corners from you and I, Justin, is that Nick has tickets to see the movie I'm going to talk about and tickets to see the movie you're going to talk about. So he's getting a little
Yes.
sneak peek today at
Yes,
what
I
he has
am.
in store for him.
Yes.
For me personally, I am going to be talking about Sam Raimi's new horror comedy Send Help, featuring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien.
I'm so
Um,
excited to hear about this.
man, I all I can say is it really felt like Rami is back. Like it really did.
That's what
Um,
I love to hear. I love Sam Raimi.
yeah, and I'm gonna give like a very brief synopsis about this movie. Nothing that isn't already shown in the trailers that are currently out right now. But I want you to picture this. You are working at a corporate office. You've been with the company for several years. You're up for a promotion to being a VP, and the CEO unexpectedly passes away. And the replacement for the CEO is their snotty dipshit son,
Oh,
who
that's the
is the
fucking worst.
most dude bro possible, and decides, you know what? You're a big old dork. I don't think you deserve this promotion, but I want you to try to prove it to me by flying with me and my buddies, including the person that I'm gonna put as VP instead of you, overseas and give a demonstration. And if I like it, maybe I'll consider you for VP. And as a giant a hole throughout this entire thing, leading up to getting on a plane, where that plane crashes on a remote island and no one knows where you are. And the only survivors are you and your asshole boss. What do
Oh,
you
that's
do?
the worst.
What do you do? And man, I
Mm.
I gotta say, what a fucking ride, man. It was,
I think I've seen this American Dad
So,
episode.
yeah,
okay,
it, go ahead.
real quick.
Yeah,
When our buddy Tanner and I went to go see the Anaconda on my birthday,
yeah.
we saw the trailer for this, and then on our way out of the theater, we saw a poster for it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm getting tickets for us to see this." Like, I'm here
I
for it.
joke, but I do genuinely want to see it.
It looks fun. It
It's,
looks exciting. It looks like edge of your seat thrill ride. It
yeah.
looks fun.
I will say I wouldn't really fully classify this as like a horror. Horror comedy definitely feels right. I would say for me personally, is more on like the thriller comedy aspect. Um,
I think the
it
horror
is,
comes in with being stranded on a remote island with
yeah.
your
I
asshole boss.
Right, and me personally, as someone whose dream life is to homestead and live entirely off the grid, I'm like, oh, what a paradise. And I get to be the I get to deal with this butthole. Like for me, I'm like, man, what a treat. Um, and I really want to say, like, it was just such a fun movie. It was incredibly hilarious a lot of the times throughout it. There were several moments that were very jarring and quite gory and just a ton of fun. There were a lot of twists and turns throughout the movie, like very old school Rami, very M. Night Shyamalan
Ooh,
vibes to it, where there's multiple twists throughout it. I will say a couple of them, like I could feel like, I feel like it's heading this way, and then it like pump fakes you where you're like, no, it's not gonna go. Nope, it is going
It's
that
really
way.
violent, isn't it?
It
It's really violent, isn't it? Like, isn't the whole idea like they're kind of like hunting each other?
Not so much that they're hunting each other, it's that there
vibing.
is, so they're surviving between one another. And the Rachel McAdams is someone that is a big old diehard Survivor fan, like the TV show Survivor. It's also in the trailer, so nothing crazy,
Ah,
nothing spoilery or anything about that. So she has personal on hand knowledge of how to survive in the wilderness because she loves that show and really wanted to be on that show and everything else. And then you've got this egotistical dipshit multimillionaire who's never had to work a day in their life. And so the power shift switches
Uh,
and one person's in power and they've never been in power, and the other person who's always been in power no longer has any power. And it is it's a very tense movie because there is a lack of trust between one another, and I don't want to give any kind of spoilers away or anything like that, but it is very back and forth, like almost kind of cat and mouse at certain times. Like it is a really fun show. And the fact that there's really, for the majority of the movie, there's only two actors you really see on screen for a good portion of it. And it's just Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. And the fact that they can captivate you for, almost I think it's like a 2 hour long movie, is really, really impressive by them. What were you
so
gonna say, Nick?
pedal it back to the cat and
Yeah,
mouse
yeah,
that you had mentioned.
yeah,
I remember in the trailer, dude bro boss asks Rachel McAdams' character to do something, and she goes, "We're not in the office."
yep, yep. and it is very much that power shift, man. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
don't
Like
have
I
to
think
listen to you out here.
exactly. Like I think it's pretty safe to assume that everybody that's currently in this podcast has at one point in their life had a horrible asshole boss.
Yeah,
At some point. I
Yeah.
know I have, like, and Nick, you just confirmed. Justin, I assume the same for you, yeah?
I actually
Oh
confronted
yeah.
my one of my asshole supervisors.
Several actually.
Yeah. So imagine being on an island and you have knowledge on how to survive and they don't, and now they have to rely on you.
Yep,
And imagine the fun that comes along with it.
I'm
This
excited. I can't wait.
it was a lot of fun. Now I do want to temper some expectations for this movie because there were two cons for me personally.
Okay.
Um, One and the biggest one for me is that with one of the characters, I'm going to call it character development towards the end of the film. I personally did not like the approach that they took. Um,
Hmm.
and I say that because it felt like it lost a lot of its depth in the decisions they made for that person's character development.
Okay.
Um, and it left it where it was like, man, I really wish they didn't do that. Like, I really wish they didn't do that, but like, I get it, but like, I don't like that. And so it kind of like, it brought it down for me from that. And then the other aspect is that this was a movie that was very, very, very clearly made for 3D entertainment. And I wear glasses. So I do not like going to 3D movies because then I have to either be blind or wear two glasses and it's super uncomfortable. So I typically never go see movies in 3D. And it very much kind of felt like in not a lot of scenes, but enough scenes like felt very like Journey to the Center of the Earth in the mid 2000s when 3D was starting to come out and they
Oh
were
man.
doing like the whoa like right into the camera and everything. Uh, and it was,
Oh, like or like Saw 7
yeah,
when they like throw shit at the camera, like directly at
yes,
the
it
camera.
was very much.
Yeah.
There were several scenes throughout it that were like very clearly, specifically made for 3D entertainment. And when you watch it in a 2D format, you can smell it, right? Like you can definitely see like, oh, that was definitely made for
Yeah.
3D, and it pulls you out of the immersion for it. And I'm like, like this is a movie that like I wish they had taken these scenes out, and I hope there's like a edited cut for when they do come out on like physical release and everything that doesn't have some of these scenes because I'm like, God, they're just so corny and they kind of really pull you out of it. I'm sure it's cool if you're watching it in 3D, but like for me as like a non 3D moviegoer, it just like it pulled me out of it. And those are really my two main gripes that I have about it. Otherwise, the pacing was great, the acting was incredible, the score and music were excellent, the tension was through the roof. Some of the scenes, especially towards the end, man, that there's one scene that like it's still burned into my skull of like, God, they really just did that, like graphically wise. Like there's a lot of awesome to it. Some hiccups, but it was really awesome. I'd personally give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was great. Thought it was really, really, really good. It's something that I definitely anticipate on watching again when it's available to be able to watch at home. But it was awesome. And Nick, I know you're like 8. I mean, that's like it's good, like it's really good, but it's not like holy crap. Keep in mind, I am the sourpuss, pessimistic individual that an 8 from me is like a 9 from Justin and a 12 from you. Um,
Hey, I hand out 10s like Halloween
Yeah.
candy, not
you
12s.
really do,
That's
and we love
that's
you for it,
highway
buddy.
robbery.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on Send Help.
Yeah, I'm
So
excited.
So, on the note of movies that are intense thrillers with a lot of blood, as I mentioned in the life updates, I went to the movie theaters today and I saw the freshly new released, directed by, written by, and starring YouTuber Markiplier movie
Hey.
Iron Lung, based on the indie horror game of the same name. I will say, as a prerequisite, I do feel like Markiplier's Let's Play of the game and also the lore update that he did later are mandatory viewing before going into this movie. Not to understand it, it is a movie you can follow without that as it stands, but it is also something that I think you will appreciate more with that knowledge going in, because there are direct references to it.
Makes sense.
Parts in this there are parts in this movie where Mark says lines that are verbatim straight from his Let's Play, or references like Easter eggs, like the map that he marks off as he goes to different locations. The stuff he finds there, he'll write shit like weird ass tubes, which is something he actually said in his Let's Play when he found those same things in the actual game itself.
Cool.
You know, so there is a lot of Easter eggs in this movie for fans who watch the Let's Play. This movie doesn't feel like it's based off of the game itself so much as it feels like it's based off Mark's Let's Play of the game, if I'm
Fair
being honest. And his interpretation of the extended lore based on his second playthrough and the stuff he found. Because some of the stuff he finds in his second playthrough that he didn't in the first one is included in this movie. So, the basic setup is that this is somewhere in the distant future. Something called the Quiet Rapture has happened. And I think people are mostly living on space stations. All the planets are basically just filled with oceans of blood. Like, there's nothing left on the planet but just an ocean, and the entire ocean is nothing but blood. Period. So Mark plays a convict that's been welded into this submarine called the Iron Lung that they send down into this blood. These people, some of the last living people, they're part of this government program, and you know he's already on death row as it is. So they're like, "You go down there and do this job for us, and we'll give you your freedom." And he agrees to it. But what they didn't tell him is that there's something alive down there.
Nice.
They're not expecting you to come back.
Yes, and it's very much that. There's a lot of conspiracy stuff going on here. It gets very deep into the lore, the extended lore stuff, or at least Mark's interpretation of it, because he did write this. And a lot of it is verbatim stuff from the game, and it's handled really well. The sub recreation is put together very well. The controls, because the way that the game works is you have this map, and you have to go to these different spots on the map are marked, and the way that you figure out where they are is you look at the X and Y axis of the map, and then because the sub, you can't see out the hole in the front, there's a shield over it because the pressure is too strong, so it's got to stay closed, so you can't actually see where you're going. You have to use the map and your controls. And the only way to see what's in front of the sub, and this is the case for the movie too, is there's a button in the back that you press and it takes a picture with an X-ray, because you can't see through blood with a regular camera, so it's an X-ray camera. And it takes a black and white X-ray photo and that appears on the screen, whatever's there. And it has this very, like, you know that part in the first Saw movie where, like, Adam first gets kidnapped, but he's, like, going through his apartment, it's pitch black, and he's taking pictures, and every time the camera flashes, you think there's gonna be a jump scare. Like, and it's the only time there's, like, there's a lot of the tension in this movie is those fucking pictures that he takes, because he's in the deep unknown. This would be the equivalent to going into the dark part of our ocean where the anglerfish and shit are, but it's all blood instead of water. And he's taken these pictures, and every time a picture shows up, you just expect to see some creepy otherworldly shit, you know? And it builds that tension a lot. A lot of critics were saying the movie is like boring and slow and blah blah blah. I disagree. I think they have the attention span of a squirrel on crack. Because this movie actually
I love that.
In the first hour, this movie actually does a lot. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of stunts in this movie. For a movie that is like 95% all inside the fucking submarine, they do a lot playing with like audio and stuff. Like you can hear shit moving around in the ocean and stuff. You can't see it, but you can hear it. So a lot of the horror in this is what you don't see, not what you do. Because it toys on your... It makes you paranoid and claustrophobic. You know,
all right.
Just like the game does, and it's very well designed. The compass, I say it's, you know, it doesn't take very long to figure out how the stuff works. He's got the little compass that shows the angle he's going. These lights flash up when he's in proximity of something, and there are these moments where it's like when the light starts flashing and he's in proximity of something. It could be a wall, or it could be something with teeth, you
Hmm.
know, and you never know until he hits that camera and takes the picture. And it's that anticipation that really settles with you. I will say though, the creative liberties Mark takes with the lore kind of leans into Lovecraftian territory. It gets very cosmic horror in the third act, but a lot of it for the first like hour and a half, it's really playing on claustrophobia, isolation, deep sea horror, you know, stuff like that. And Mark, I know Nick, you may remember when I reviewed The Edge of Sleep, the TV show on Prime that he was in, and I
Mm.
said that Mark is like really good at raw emotion as an actor. That stands true in this movie too. There are several scenes in this movie where he's either yelling and screaming out of anger or breaking down and crying or just slowly going insane as one would trapped in this situation, and you can really feel it. You can really feel it. Mark, I'll put it to you this way, and I think this is one of the reasons critics are so hard on it too, because it's not all fluffy Hollywood acting. Like if Pedro Pascal was in this movie, they would suck its nuts. I swear to Christ. It's
They would
they're
glaze
being
it
hard on it.
like Brooksy glazes KCD2.
How dare you?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's I feel like they're being extra hard on it because of who made it and all that. And granted, I know we've seen YouTubers make better stuff like Talk to Me, because that was made by YouTubers and that was phenomenal. But I I feel like Mark's acting belongs in an A24 movie. It's very real and very human. It doesn't feel like
Mm.
Hollywood acting. It
Oh,
feels
that
like
has me
it feels
super excited for this now.
I've said this before about Edge of Sleep, and I'll say it again about this movie. I swear to God, Mark channels his real life anger and shit into his acting in these things.
Oh.
It really feels like he's just letting his real like frustrations out in like there are moments where the camera lingers on him and he's either got like a blank or confused expression, but I think that's fitting for the situation he's in. He's studying the map, he's confused about where he is. There are sometimes, and in the Let's Play too, there was times where things didn't make sense, where the coordinates didn't match up where he thought he was, you know?
Yeah.
And it's easy to get lost in a place where you literally can't fucking see where you're going without a goddamn camera flash. So and yeah, so it's very intense. Like I couldn't do it. I'd be afraid I was gonna run into a wall every single time, you know. Um so I enjoyed it a lot. I think the tension is great. There are other people in this movie. The movie is primarily Markiplier. It's kind of like the other people you mostly hear over the radio talking to him. It's kind of like that Ryan Reynolds movie Buried, where the whole thing is him in a coffin, but other people are talking to him on the phone. Um, so it's kind of like that, but in a submarine. And like, yes, there is a monster. There is a monster, but I just want to set your expectations correctly. You're never gonna get an actual, real good look at it, and you're not supposed to. And that's kind of the point. It's the whole what you
Mm.
don't see is scarier than what you do thing, and like the shit you see in those photos and the few brief outside the sub shots you do get of it is enough. You don't need any more. I feel like if they had shown you any more, it would have ruined it. Honestly,
Okay.
Fair enough. Hell yeah.
this works well for what they're doing. I will say my only two complaints. One, I don't know if it's the theater I was in or if it's just that the movie was mixed, like the audio was mixed badly, because Mark actually did edit a lot of this himself. He said so. He had like a whole server farm in his bathroom in order to get
Oh,
this going. He's
jeez.
like 20 MacBook Studios running all at once.
God damn.
Um, yeah. So the audio mixing is a little bad, and I'm glad you're going to see it in theaters, Nick, and I hope you will too, Brooksy, so you can tell me if it was the same for you or not, so I know it was just my theater or the movie.
Hmm.
But the audio mixing is a little bad. Sometimes the music and sound effects drown out the dialogue, and it's hard to understand what the people are saying over the radio sometimes. So I feel like it's something I'm going to have to watch again with subtitles on to fully immerse myself
Yeah.
in the
Hmm.
in the narrative, but it's still not hard to follow what's going on. It's just hard to hear what people are saying sometimes. But
Okay.
it's not a super dialogue heavy movie, and all the important dialogue, like the real important dialogue, you can understand. So
So,
my other
uh,
complaint is that what's that?
no, go ahead. Uh,
Oh, I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say my only other con is that the finale, the third act, has so much blood and shaky cam that it's kind of hard to see what's happening.
Ah,
Fair
Honestly,
enough.
it gives like
Fair enough.
Phase 1 Avengers vibe, but then there's also an assload of blood everywhere on top of it, and it's dark. So it
ah.
Okay.
like,
Okay.
you know,
Didn't
you
this
know,
movie didn't this movie break the record for most like fake blood ever used in any movie?
So yeah, it
yes,
did.
and
It
that's
beat
yeah,
out uh the 2013 Evil Dead remake
Such a good
remake
movie.
for
yeah.
13,000 gallons of fake blood, whereas Iron Lung used 80,000 gallons of fake
And I
blood.
understand it's not gonna when you watch the movie, it's not gonna feel like there's that much there, but I can see how they got to that point. There
Mhm.
is like, especially in the third act, you'll
Yeah.
understand. If, like I said, this is a movie you will appreciate more if you watch the Let's Play first, because
Okay.
there's so many references to that, and I do feel like it gives you a better understanding of what to expect from the movie going into it as well. But
Yeah.
knowing how the game ends will subvert your expectations for the movie, because how can we stretch a 40-hour game into a 2-hour movie? Well, you'll find out. Creative liberties extend the runtime, but it's worth it. The movie, it starts off really fast paced, and then it slows down a bit in the middle, and then it picks up again at the end and sprints to the finish.
Okay.
So there are some lulls. There are some moments of, they probably could have shaved off like a good 15 minutes if they didn't have as many like Breaking Bad style establishing shots of like water dripping off the pipes and shit. But it does add to the atmosphere, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it so much. Um, and maybe I'm a little bit biased because I got to hear Markiplier talk about the process of making this on his podcast for several years. And there were things where he was like, yeah, there was a stunt I did where I actually hurt myself. I got yanked really hard and flew into a wall. And I was trying to pinpoint that part in the movie. There's like fucking 5 different scenes where he gets flung into a wall. So I couldn't pinpoint which one it was. But he
Fair
did
enough.
mention, yeah, so there was this part where I got the fake blood in my eyes, because it was like, and it was intentional because it was part of the shot, but it ended up like doing something to my eyes, and they ended up being like red, and I had to go to the hospital. Like they had a bad reaction to it, and that
Mm.
could have been one of 2 different scenes in the movie where he gets blood in his eyes. So,
Okay.
yeah, so just like remembering him talking about the behind the scenes process while watching it also gave me a different appreciation of it, kind of like rewatching a movie with director's commentary does. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it's just like I got a pre commentary before the fact. But I'm going to give it, cons- considering the ups and downs and the fact that it is a low budget indie horror movie based on a low budget indie horror game, so, in the context of what it is and who's involved and all that, and what they had to work with, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Not bad for a first outing,
Oh
honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for a movie that takes place entirely on a submarine, focusing on one actor. you know. But I will say this: yeah, like when you're limited to that, when you don't have the budget to like have big CGI monsters and shit, you have to rely a lot on audio and like creepy visuals and stuff, and they pretty much nail that aspect. The
Yeah.
sounds the ocean makes around the submarine, the shit that he sees in the photographs, that's where a lot of the horror lies. You know. Also, Troy Baker has a voice in this movie. I didn't realize he was going to be
Nice.
in it, but he is. You'll recognize him
Nice.
when you hear him too.
Okay.
Um,
I think
and
when we
Jacksepticeye has a voice cameo, but I didn't catch it, to be
Fair
honest with
enough.
you.
See if I can catch it on Tuesday night when I go.
And I don't think this will be too sci-fi for you, Brooksy. Granted, it's post-apocalyptic and shit, and there are some
Hmm.
flashbacks to like a tree on Mars or some shit that's part of the extended lore, but it's not like the movie takes place in a submarine
Yeah.
for most of it. Oh, also, this movie has the shortest end credits I've ever seen. No one was expecting a post-credit scene, yet everyone in the audience stayed through the whole credits.
Oh,
I, I,
nice.
I, I was about to get up and leave. I noticed no one else was getting up, and I wasn't going to be the only asshole, so I stayed sitting. And I was like, okay, damn, these are some true Markiplier fans. They're sitting through the credits, like they're
Oh
giving the
yeah.
man full credit. So, dude, the credits lasted like maybe 7 minutes, if
Oh
if
yeah.
that. They were
Bet. I'll stay for
very
I'll
short
stay,
credits.
stay for that. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I can do that.
And they have pictures of everyone that was involved in the making of it, and one of the pictures is Markiplier's YouTube video editor Lixion. So
Awesome.
so I
Cool.
think he helped him edit the movie too.
Cool. Oh yeah.
Alrighty, folks, with that their last entry of this media corner, that'll wrap up this episode. Fantasy Draft 2026, round 2. It begins.
I'm excited.
Let's go.
We're in it. In it to win it. So, alright, well, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below if you're on Spotify or YouTube. Remember to smash that like button, leave us a rating, leave us a review, however you do. You can email me at podcastoversoul@gmail.com or find me on all the things at Oversoul53 and Oversoul Gaming. Nick is on most of the things as the Gaming Fiend 1, and Brooksy is on Instagram and TikTok as Brooksy My Boy. Music, actually get it from YouTube now. No more Epidemic Sounds, mainly because I don't want to pay almost $20 a month for the licensing fee for the music. And because I won't need it for reactions and highlights anymore. But, anyways. Hosted by PodServe FM. Thank you to Sarah for behind-the-scenes help. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Later.